What's up, guys? Mikey in the building. Hope you guys are having a great weekend. Just did a huge study session with everyone. The underdogs, amazing. Okay, phenomenal. Can't wait for the week. I wanted to touch back up and talk about the daily goal part two. As I said, I had a part one, and then there was a part two. And the reason why I sat on it for a while is because I want to explain to you of what happened to me in a drawdown. And this part two is because is what happened to me is when I did not follow a daily goal structure, something to build off of. All right. A quick recap on part one. And what I did was on part one, okay, if you guys go to any chart, right, I have CCG up, right? Last thing we talked about in our session, nice little group session. At any given moment, you're going to have a chart, a level two, some type of structure, right, and range. Okay, this is a great example because you know, this is great because someone that we were just talking about positioned themselves to where they understood the spread, they understand the nature of this thing, right? How this name was trading, okay? They understood all that. Now, it doesn't matter if some people might say this is ugly or not, right? That doesn't matter. They were focused on understanding that, so when they implemented their daily goal, right, or maybe that they were able to get this whole entire move. You know, they mitigated their risk. They didn't just take this huge risk. They understood the spread, where support is, if this cracks, how much I'm going to lose, and then acquired their whole goal maybe times 3, 4, or 5. Phenomenal. So if you haven't watched the other video, part one, I talk about just like finding your base. Create a daily goal so you can learn how to position yourself size wise. And you're going to realize you just sometimes, if you try to understand how overall small cap market's working, how these things are trading, why they're trading, when volume comes in, when the tape starts to crank, why is a level 2 cranking, why is it not, why is there bidders, why is there heavy sellers. It's a lot to understand. Okay, boom. But for people who are struggling, people who have drawdowns, for people who are trying to find a base, create a daily goal. So I went into deep details about that. So deep dive into that if you want. I'm going to go ahead and kick it back now because I think this is important. All right. Now, daily goal, part two without following. This is me, my experience, my opinion, things that kind of I went through in my thought process, the pain tolerance, the drawdown. Okay. To me, every time I said I was going to implement a daily goal, I would do it for a couple of days, 3, 4 days, right? Daily goal. Say my daily goal was $300. Cool, hitting it, 280, 340, 400, 180, somewhere up and down close, keeping it there. What happens is now, while I'm in drawdown, okay, get a couple wins, starting to build some confidence, boom, I oversize 4 days later and take a, say my average goal, $200-300, okay, take a $4,000 loss. Well, whoa, dude, you're in a drawdown. You're not even making that. You're not sustaining it. So why are you putting on that type of risk to make that money and also to lose that, right? So put on risk to make 4K. You're going to put on risk to lose 4K at the same time, right? Because it can go against you. And depending on the situation you put yourself in on the chart, you do it to yourself, right? I do it to myself. Okay, boom. So I do that, and now I can't even start the daily goal process because, well, now I'm under. What I have to, in order to make that back up and to sustain and try to bounce back from, my drawdown, right? Because the drawdown is a drawdown. So as soon as I start to bounce, I bounce. As soon as I start to bounce, okay, drawdown. As this is a drawdown, okay. I'm in a drawdown. As soon as I start to implement this daily goal thing, okay, I bounce. Nice, dude. Oh, well, a couple days, I got a week, I'm starting to, well, cool, thank you, Mikey, for implementing this. Well, now let's just forget about it and boom. Well, this happens. And it's like, okay, well, this process happens. I do it again and I'm getting there. And, I might even might break it and then boom. Try it again. Boom. This is what I kept seeing with this, right? So the ground, the base was gone. The structure to build from, there is none. It's gone. I already lost it, right? Draw down, then continues. Wow. Okay. I'm stuck in this phase. I need help. Wow. Why? How come I can't do this? Well, let's continue. Focus starts to diminish. Confidence. What confidence? I don't even have confidence. I stop studying, right? The days go on. I got X amount of money in the bank. It doesn't matter. Got X amount of money of cash. Well, I got plenty of leadway. Everything's great. Everything's good. Okay. Stop studying. I stop focusing, right? I'm in this drawdown. I stop studying because the focus is on the money now. Got to make it back. I want to make it back. I'm trying to, I wake up every day. I'm trying to get it back. Okay. So whether you started this, it's up here. Now the drawdown continues and it's getting worse and worse, so no base. It's like you gotta be able to pause, stop. You gotta put a halt. It's gotta halt. You have to halt yourself because if you're not, you're gonna just bleed out. Right? Does it make sense? Halt yourself. Put a halt code into you so you can pause. All right. Because then that happens, and then it goes into these things. Well, I'm self-doubting myself. I'm probably gonna play a little victim, right? You guys get in your head, oh man, I wish I would have just did this. Maybe I should have just did that. It happens. It's normal. It's okay, guys. It's like don't be ashamed or feel awkward about it. That's weird, right? Okay. Um, right, and then again, the list can go down, and it can get worse depending on how tough your mental is, right? So if you don't try to correct yourself when you start to see it and it happens and you're like, and then you start realizing, well, this is continuing. My focus is gone. I don't have any confidence. I'm over here. I'm still trying to do one thing, right? I'm still trying to get it back. It's crazy, when you finally just let go of that pressure and be like, okay, I need to build a ground. If I don't do this, if I don't build a ground and a base, I'm going to fail. Wow. Wow, right? Daily goal. Daily goal, guys. I'm telling you right now, this has saved me. Okay? And it made me realize all the ugly. And I know most traders and most people are not going to talk about this and deep dive into it, which is fine. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. But if this can help anybody, let's go. Again, I am not this 10-year trader. All right. All right. I'm not a Nate. I'm not these other guys. Right. I'm not this 7-figure trader consistently. Right. 3.5 years in, a lot to learn. Made a lot, lost a lot. Tons to learn still. Right. And that's the beauty of it. But doing that daily goal, and then this is I learned. This is what I learned because I did not do it. And then I started to stick to it. And then I started to say, hey, wait a minute. The money works better when it's used here. The money's, dude, you're going to lose using it here, right? And believe it or not, you don't know you're doing that is because you're just so clouded, not focused. So, you might have actually put your money on in a nice spot while you're bouncing, but you don't have no confidence. You're not focused. So, really that play was the one you needed to be focused on because now this pop, and now you're balancing yourself, you're finding your ground. That one that gets you like to right here, right? And then what happens sometimes if you see people do this, it's because they don't understand how they got right here. And so important, and you can learn all that through this if you do it right, if you do it properly. Right, really go back, halt yourself, put a pause. All right, guys. Much love. I'll see you next week to trade. Peace out.